Farming is back-breaking work and heavily reliant on the elements for success. And unlike the nursery rhyme, getting that fat pig or plump tomatoes for that matter to market is far from easy. A farmer and middleman understands some of the obstacles put in the small-scale farmer's way.
It takes quite a lot to actually go into farming. Farming is like a big hole, big black hole where you just keep on throwing.
Biggest challenge has been accessing markets, funding, and every other problem that comes, with that. Now you've accessed the market, then what? Do you have the transportation? Do you have input, production inputs? Do you have the technical skills?
It took me quite a lot to find myself to where I'm at now. And I've been in this now for the last 2.5 years. And since being here on the farm, I've managed to actually push quite a lot. It's not been easy at all, and it's still not easy.
Farming is a volumes game. You need volumes. And to achieve the volumes, you need funding. You need production inputs. You need to be able to know where those seedlings or vegetables that you are planting, where they're going after you've planted them. You don't have the luxury of wasting or crossing your fingers and hoping whatever you've planted is going to find a home or is going to sell. So you almost need all of those things up front before you can get to the next level.
Compliance has to do a lot with input resources, of which we don't have. The product is good, the product sells itself, but the inputs for that product, or for us to actually meet the demand, it becomes quite difficult because we don't have enough resources. We do have the skills, they are transferable. I believe we can grow, we can build a team who can actually produce what's expected of us.
The market has made it almost impossible for small-scale farmers to compete in the markets by setting ridiculous standards for the produce. For example, if a tomato is not of a certain size, color or shape, it is rejected. It can take a farmer a cycle of 2 to 3 months to produce this product, only to end up with half of the produce being rejected.
We farm on 6 hectares. Our daily operations involves our crop management. We look at our pest controls and we look at our marketing as well. We have big clients like Dew Crisp, and when they order, that's where we go about harvesting. On our harvest, we also look at the quality of the products because there is certain standards that are expected from us. Yes, and on a day-to-day basis, we just maintain our crops that we have. We look at their health and quality. We also look at the health of the farm itself.
Me, knowing that it's a beetroot, and I can cut it like this, and you look inside. Meanwhile, I'm taking my lunch anyway.
Small-scale farmers also do not enjoy the same resources or luxuries as established farmers do. Often farmers work in scorching heat and have to work twice as hard just to achieve half of what mainstream farmers achieve in the markets.
In terms of our resources, concerning irrigation, we are able with our current resources to keep going on 2 hectares. And we need more pipes and sprinklers to continue on about 6 hectares. And also what we're trying to work on is how to survive the weather conditions, because they're unpredictable and we don't really have control over it.
There are so many reasons why small-scale farmers are having problems in accessing the markets. Some of the problems are from the side of the farmer itself. Some of the problems are from the system itself. The system is so complex. The demands of the system, especially for the formal markets. You must understand that in South Africa, we are still running dual markets. There are formal markets, there are informal markets. The formal markets are so difficult for the smallholder farmers because they have got their own specifications.
Because of the lack of resources, the farmer has to make use of a middleman, which minimizes their return. However, to play devil's advocate, the middleman is a businessman that has to invest further into the produce to prepare it for the housewife.
Because what we are talking about of the middleman, you must understand the middleman is a businessman. He has got to make money, and he doesn't have mercy of the producer, the farmer. He doesn't have mercy. He's also trying to maximize profit. And I cannot come here and say middleman is wrong. Middleman is making money. It's us as a sector who are supposed to ensure that the industry is managed and is regulated.
It's quite frustrating to say. You're a farmer, you want to farm, you'll be asked for all sorts of documentations, yet you've taken that initial step and showed that you want to get into this. You've purchased something, a loan that should be saying a lot, to saying this person is a person to be backed up, unlike folding your arms and waiting for somebody to come and give you from A to Z. So I've been through a whole number of funders out there, so-called funders out there, but they don't come to the aid. They'll be asking you for, things that sometimes makes you wonder, what is this all about? Is it something to just discourage you from carrying on to farm, or what is it all about? As a farmer, unlike in other countries, we are not subsidized in South Africa. And if only our government could have a better understanding that to subsidize a farmer, it actually helps the nation.
Every year we hear the president set aside billions for agriculture. However, small-scale farmers say they receive no support or procurement opportunities from government. This is despite all sorts of opportunities in hospitals, schools, and even office canteens. And the small-scale farmers say these procurement opportunities are merely for the elite with brown envelopes and government connections.
From my perspective, I would say to you, not much is invested in us. I believe in trial and error more than anything. Until such a time that we can look into trial and error, we'd be able to actually make it more. With our white farmers, they've been in this for centuries, for ages. They know, they have the know-how. They already know by next year, December, what will be short in the market. They already know what they are miles ahead. With us, we still need to be convincing those with resources to enable us to get in there. And for one to get there, you need those resources. We need to venture into other territories. We cannot just say, this is how it's done and that is it. We need to start, getting off and getting things done. I think sometimes we are sitting on our brains. So I think there's quite a lot that we need to do as black farmers.
As the provincial government of Gauteng, working with national, we are certainly helping our smallholder farmers to do a whole range of things. And we are also now decided to arrange a convention of the smallholder farmers called the Agri-Food Fest on an annual basis, where they will meet, interact, share ideas, learn more about new developments in agriculture, including new technology, new research trends, funding mechanisms and options, and accessing other markets.